2014. Yeah!
Search YouTube for Freaks of the Garden. PeacefulBelly.com. Support your local organic farmers.
Thank you for tuning in to Freedomizer Radio, where we have a 24/7 chat room where you can come and share what's going on in the world with people of like mind. Anything and everything against the New World Order. Dial 347-324-3704 to catch our live shows. Beginning at 9 in the morning Pacific Standard Time, Monday through Friday till midnight, and 9 to 9 on Saturday and Sunday. Take us to the beach. Take us to the park. Take us on a walk with the dog. Only on Freedomizer Radio.
Hello everyone, Proof is here. I want to let you know about our latest promotion on our FreedomizerRadio.com website. Our chat client BARC.com is hosting a micro Bitcoin giveaway while supplies last. All you have to do is go to FreedomizerRadio.com, join our chat room, create a screen name, and type to your friends. And some micro Bitcoins will fall from the sky. Not only that, the more people that are typing, there will be some random lotteries as well. So just for typing to your friends, you can earn some micro Bitcoins. So who knows how long this will last, but join us now, FreedomizerRadio.com.
I'm Angie Morelli, and I'm with GMO Free Vegas. So what are we going to do about this now? Well, to begin with, we advocate the labeling of genetically engineered food, or foods with GMOs. Regardless of how you feel about the GMO issue, we can agree that we should at least have a choice of being informed about what we put into our bodies. We won't have a choice until these foods are properly labeled. We must remember who we're fighting in this battle. We are fighting corporations selling us poison, backed by corporations making us poison, and these corporations will only respond to one kind of vote, the vote that we make with our dollars. Recently, Yoplait faced so much criticism over high fructose corn syrup that they removed it from all of their yogurts. Right before and after the march against Monsanto in May, we saw major corporations like Whole Foods, Target, and Chipotle make major announcements about deciding to label and or phase out GMOs. This is happening because of us, because we will solve this as making demands as consumers first. Starting right now, we're going to boycott corn. This is all you have to do, is don't buy corn. Corn on the cob, corn in a can, corn in a mix at a restaurant, any visible kernels of corn. All we are asking for people to do right now is to boycott corn. This is going to be a clear, completely simple message that will definitely get back to its makers. We won't stand for poison. We won't stand for cronyism, and that is why we march against Monsanto.
Good evening! Ancient of Days returns to FreedomizerRadio.com. Sunday evenings at 7:30 p.m. Pacific, 10:30 p.m. Eastern, for 90 minutes of adventures in history, ancient and modern, plus current events, here on FreedomizerRadio.com. See you there, Sundays, 7:30 p.m. Pacific, 10:30 p.m. Eastern. Thank you.
Are you dedicated to ending the New World Order? Well, it's time to make way for spontaneous order. Hi, I'm Eric Bell, host of Freedomizer Radio's new hit show, For Whom the Bell Tolls, where you will hear current events from a volunteer's perspective, philosophical libertarianism, and a roadmap to a free and stateless society. Tune in every Tuesday at 3 to 5 p.m. Pacific and 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern.
There are a lot of problems with Common Core. I don't even have time to go into most of them, but a step in the right direction would be to give local communities, teachers, parents control over their schools so they can design curriculums and standards to best meet the needs of their students and get the federal government out of education.
Are you sick of being a chump, lied to by politicians and businessmen alike, watching as the world slowly burns, as trillions of debts racked up under your grandchildren's names? Hi, I'm Ben Lucifer Bernanke Cochran. I'm asking that you tune into my weekly radio show, The Patriot Power Hour with Lucifer Bernanke, each Thursday night at 6 p.m. Eastern on Freedomizer Radio. Look, I'm not trying to sell you anything here. I just need your help fighting these bankster scum. The sycophants behind all the wars, failed healthcare system. They own all the mega banks, all the mega corporations. They own the media, of course. They've already conquered most of humanity, really. And their juiciest final target, well, we're next. America's next. So I'm not going out without fighting. So join me Thursdays as I use my background in finance and risk management to decode breaking news and developments, all while helping to prepare you and your family for the future waves of financial terrorism that are sure to come. Thursday nights, 6 p.m. Eastern, only on FreedomizerRadio.com.
This is Thrice, the Thrice download. Coming back with our caller for tonight. We're going to talk about Orgonite and what it is. What is vibration and how does it affect you? So, we'll bring him in here and get going. Hey, caller, are you there?
I am. Good evening.
Hey, so how's everything going for you this lovely evening?
Things are going very well. How are you?
I'm going okay. Been a little busy. Kind of going here on the fly on the show tonight. Just touched on a little bit of news. We had some trouble with the mic. So, unfortunately, I'm going to have to figure that out tomorrow so I don't run into that again next week. But besides that,
you sound good from where I'm sitting, so
awesome. Well, that's because I'm using my lovely Blue Studio 6. It's a phone. I don't know if you've heard of Blue. It's a manufacturer based out of Miami, and they make GSM unlocked phones at a low price. So they're Android and Windows. And it's pretty cool, if you're into moving forward with technology, this gets you away from the carriers with those contracts.
Well, I've heard of them. I've heard of them now, so thank you.
Well, always about sharing information. Information is good.
Agreed.
So basically, what I wanted to talk about with you is we had talked earlier, and you were saying how you went to venture into the cell of Orgonite. And I wanted to, real quick, what is Orgonite?
Organite is a casting of different materials which are carbon dense. So that includes certain crystals like tourmaline, jasper, amethyst. It's usually set in a polyester resin because when the resin cures, it condenses around the materials that you put into the mold, which creates an energetic field which clears electromagnetic smog, as is described in its definition. So.
And for people who don't quite understand what electromagnetic smog is, do you know any other way to describe?
Sure. Okay, so when you plug your wireless router in, it connects to your computer, and there's a frequency that is taking place just like the radio. That you can't see these things, but they exist, and they are energetic waves around you. and they take place in the form of radio towers, cell phone towers, microwaves, wireless signals between if you have a wireless mouse or a wireless router or a Bluetooth headphone, your cell phone. They all emit different types of frequencies that are very harmful, but we don't see them. We don't, what you can't see, you don't think hurts you, but
right.
It's not that simple.
And that's why everybody's afraid of Ebola.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, exactly.
But no, okay. So if you didn't know about these kind of things, that's why I brought David on tonight. So David, when you're talking about this negative effect of the electronic frequency, I mean, does that also include the current as far as what runs in our walls?
You mean like the AC current that comes through in a socket?
Yeah, I mean that, the light switches. I mean, it's with what you're saying. Go ahead.
No, okay. Well, what I was going to say was any electrical signal, any force that is coming into your little bubble in the world, be it the room you're sitting in with the sockets that have wires connecting to plugs that you can connect shit to, they all generate different types of frequencies, and those frequencies aren't natural. They're not what the human vibration is used to in the however many millions of years that we've been used to being on this planet, because they're new to us. They're man-made. They're fabricated. They're not on the same vibrational wavelength that we exist in. So they're interference, and that keeps us separated from the frequency that we need to be plugged into in order to. Yeah. So.
Yeah. No.
Hard to describe that little part there.
You know what? I think you described it perfectly. Because, I mean, the truth is I know what Orgonite is, and right now I really wanted to bring you on because I've had my own experience with trying to push Orgonite in a business setting, in more of a nonprofit setting, and I never really launched it because of the response I got from individuals. So I know you know a lot about this, and I wanted you to talk more, because the description you're giving helps people see that, I mean, really, I know, at least my opinion, a lot of people look at a mold, a polyester mold that has these beautiful rocks and stuff in it, and they just see, it's like you said about not seeing the bad electrical smog. They look at this mold and they're just like, oh, that's pretty, and they don't realize that it's an electromagnetic structure that's like a funnel, and it forces the electricity, the frequencies around it through it, and it puts it back to like a 0 point. I mean, would you agree at that?
I would. That's very insightful, and I've never heard it quite said like that. And it's very cool that you have those words to put towards that campaign of Orgonite, because it is. People don't really understand,
how important it is.
People don't understand how important it is to be connected to the natural frequency that exists throughout the universe. It's been found in many different studies that the Earth vibrates at a certain frequency. I think it's 7.83 hertz. The Planck Institute have done studies on this. If anybody is interested in the links to the scientific research studies that have been done, I'd be happy to provide them. But it's all accurate that Earth vibrates at a certain frequency, and